So for B2B tips, we came up with this. I looked on the LSI graph, that free tool, and I said, what happens for LSI keywords if I just do B2B tips? And well, the first one that came up was B2B selling strategies. So I put that into google.com. I said, tell me a selling strategy. And they came back with this link from forbes.com. And I'm not going to read all that gobbledygook. You'll have to go to youtube.com, White Guy or Cook, and look for the B2B tips for today. And it'll have that link in there. Just remember the title. When we started out, B2B selling strategies. Okay, so the tips that I got from that link, I've got in a bulleted list, and I will read that to you for the sake of the people on audio. Begin with research. Usually B2B salespeople used to just see a prospect, pick up the phone. Focus on getting the most information that you can. An example is years ago, there was a father-daughter football game. So I looked for all the clients in the community I was in that had a daughter going to school there. I sold the whole schedule in a day by just doing that research. Third tip, listen to the answers. When you talk to your prospective client, they're going to give you the answers if you just listen. Number 4, stop selling, start teaching. Maybe even have a podcast. There always will be a closing frame of mind. And the last word. It's better to give. So, this has been another episode. I thank you for the patrons. The patrons is what I'm trying to say, that support this podcast. Well, it's better to give, and that's an example of their giving that helps us out. And we appreciate it. Before I go, that answer summary came from a Google how they do it, and I put the summary of this information into the show notes. It's a snippet extracted programmatically. There's a big word. And what Google does, when they recognize that a query is asking a question, they programmatically detect pages that answer that question. And that's how I came up with the Forbes link that I got. It displays as a top result, as a featured snippet in the search results. So learn about those, okay? As part of making your content be a featured snippet, that's a winner. Again, like it says in the notes, thanks to the patrons. We thank you for your support. And that makes this happen. I'm pointing at the sign if you're not on video, because you didn't go to youtube.com, White Guy or Cook, to see it. Well, that's what happened. And if you like this episode, there's a link to all of them. The credits are linked there as well. That concludes. This is another episode of the Guy or Cook Report. It's a wrap.